Hey everyone, this is Stephen Strawn at Cast Iron Cookware. We can find information to help you better collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a spin on the Red Lobster Biscuits. And the spin is we're going to be using our Birmingham Stove and Range Century Series Blue Ribbon Biscuit Pan to make them in. And we're going to be doing that coming right up. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for the response that I have received for the start of my new seasoning product, the Seasoning Stick. And I would love to receive some feedback on how well this product is doing. So we're going to get started with our Red Lobster Biscuits. Now they're not going to be exactly like Red Lobster because I'm going to be doing a little bit different. But they're going to be kind of similar. So let's get started with our ingredients. Let me pull the camera down so you can get a good view of what I'm doing. Okay, first off, we're going to start off with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and to spice it up a little bit, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we're going to be adding 1 cup of cold cultured whole buttermilk. We're going to give this a stir around. And it looks a little bit on the shaggy side, so we're going to add about 1/4 cup of buttermilk. So we're still a little bit on the shaggy side, so we're going to add another 1/4 cup of buttermilk. Now we're starting to look a little on the sticky side. And once we get this here kind of folded together, we're going to go ahead and add in 1/2 cup of frozen grated butter. Now I grated this butter with a cheese grater and put it in the freezer to keep it cold and chilled. Now I grated it while it was frozen in order to keep it nice and chilled. And last but not least, we're going to add 1.5 cups of grated sharp cheddar cheese. We're just going to fold that in until it looks somewhat like a cheese ball. We're going to add a little bit of flour to our surface right here, so we'll have something to work with. We're going to go ahead and turn this out onto our work area. Let's get all the little extra bits. We don't want to leave anything behind. Now, just like I said, we're going to be using our Blue Ribbon Biscuit Pan. And I'm also going to be using a number 14 Birmingham Stove and Range Century Series pan, because I want to get an idea how well it's going to do on the cookie sheet as well. So we have 8 cups in this, so I'm just going to cut it in half. We're going to put 1/2 of it in the pan, and we're going to put 1/2 of it we're going to try to get them pretty much all about the same size, but we're not going to be so worried about making them identical. And that's what we look like inside our biscuit pan. I'll tell you what, I want to get an idea what it would be like to go ahead and make some out like a biscuit. We're going to experiment. I got my little biscuit cutter. And we're just going to drop the rest of it in there. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at what we got. Now we have our little blue ribbon biscuit pan, and we just kind of have dropped them in there and patted them down just a little bit with a spatula. And I've got 3 kind of large ones and 3 just sloppily thrown in there just to see how they do like that, without them being too close to another piece. So we're going to try to experiment just a little bit and see what the difference is. We're going to compare the difference with our blue ribbon biscuit pan with the sidewalls, and also if you cooked it on a cookie sheet or a large skillet like this one with them not touching. I made some kind of large, and I made some just kind of thrown in there. We're going to put these in the oven at 500 degrees for 15 minutes, and we'll check them out when they come out. We're just going to watch them the last few minutes, and when they start looking like they're golden brown on top, we're going to pull them out. So let's check them out when they come out. Now, while we're waiting on our biscuits to come out, we're going to go ahead and get our glaze prepared. So let me pull the camera down and let you see what we're doing there. Now we're going to start off with about 1 tablespoon of melted butter. We're going to add in a half a teaspoon of garlic powder and about a tablespoon of parsley. We're going to mix this in. Okay, I checked them at about 15 minutes and decided to go ahead and go another 3 minutes. So let's pull the camera down and take a look at them. So we still have a little bit of a sizzle sound going on. So we're going to go ahead and take our glaze and give them a little bit of a rub. Try to get a little bit of parsley on every one, because we want to check and going to dump these out right here, and we'll set this aside. Make sure we're going to disconnect okay. I'm going to pop these out too. Seems like my autofocus is acting a little bit funny on my camera, but I believe we should have went a little bit longer to get a more crusty bottom on the ones that were in the biscuit pan. Now the ones that were in the skillet, I believe 18 minutes is perfect, because every one of them seemed to do just right on the bottom, even the thicker ones. The blue ribbon biscuit pan, all the bottoms are not really all the way done. Now, if you like them soft, they're done. But if you like a little bit of a crust, it likes a little bit. So I went 18 minutes. I probably should have went about 20 minutes. That way I believe they would have been perfect. But as far as tasty, they are very tasty. And they got a good crunch. It seems like my camera's trying to be a little bit bratty, but we got it done, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. They turned out really good. I know that I'll cook them again, and I'm sure they'll get better every time. I just want to say thank you again for watching. You can also follow Cast Iron Cookware on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can sign up to receive emails from Cast Iron Cookware. Check out our website, cicookware.com. Also, if you'd like to be part of a Facebook group that loves cast iron, check out Cast Iron Cookware Facebook group. I'll leave a link to all of these sites below in the description of this video. And I just want to say thank you again for watching Cast Iron Cookware. Before you go, I just want to share something with you really quickly. In Matthew chapter 16, verse 15, 16, and 17, it says, He said unto them, By whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. I just want to say, share the word and be a blessing.